Okay, awesome. I think that we are live now. So guys, welcome everyone to our regular session in edition of InnMInd VC pitching session. We focus today on Web3 startups and vertical agnostic technologies. So as always, I wanted to first give some room for the introduction of our dear investors and VCs. Also, just for a brief intro about the investment focus criteria, some latest updates, and what you're looking from the founders today. So I wanted to pass the mic first to Ankur Pathak to introduce the LondonReal Ventures, please.
Yeah, hi, it's a pleasure, everyone. So LondonReal Ventures, we're the world's first media-powered investment firm. You know, we focus on pre-seed to Series A projects, both in AI and blockchain. One of the particular spaces we look at is Metaverse as well. We're chain agnostic, sector agnostic, geography agnostic, and we just provide a platform where our founders can come on and, you know, spread their message and their expertise and their passion directly to the masses.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ankur. It's always a pleasure having you with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. So moving on, I wanted to pass the mic to Bilal representing Finceptor, also for a brief introduction, please.
Hello. We are actually a launchpad instead of VC. We have some unique features like liquidity vault, gold-gated token sales, and FTO. We also focus on pre-sale, token launch, and post-token launch token financing structures. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Bilal. Yeah, hope you'll find some great startups from today for your next launches. Wanted to pass the mic to Andrea representing Bitcoin Frontier Fund, also for a brief introduction, please.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. So at Bitcoin Frontier Fund, we focus on pre-seed to seed, basically looking for teams that are either leveraging, the different Bitcoin technologies, or looking to come over to the dark side. And excited to see what you all are building. We're totally vertical agnostic, just really focusing on the Bitcoin ecosystem and developing that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea. Yeah, great to have you with us today. Perfect. So moving on, I wanted to pass the mic to MEXC Ventures, represented by Isa, also for a short introduction.
Hi, guys. Happy to be here. And I'm with MEXC Ventures. I'm the investment manager. And as far as I know, we are the investment department of the Decentralized Exchange, MEXC Global Exchange. So besides the direct investment, we do offer listing support and marketing support. We mainly focus on like seed or pre-A round, and generally open to all the investment opportunities.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, great to have you with us today. Amazing. Moving on. So I wanted to pass the mic also to Nathan from Polygon Ventures for a brief introduction of the current investment focus. Nathan, are you with us? Do you hear us? Maybe some connection troubles, but yeah, anyway, we'll let Nathan maybe a room once the connection is there. Let me then give a word to Anisha from Engine Starter, also for a brief introduction, please.
Hi. Didn't expect introduction. Hi, everyone. This is Anisha from Engine Starter. I'm the COO here. We're a Web3 launchpad, and we had some amazing successes this year despite the bull market, and looking forward to listening into the pitches and hopefully we can support some of these pitches as well. So thank you.
Thank
And
you so
all the
much.
best. All the best to those pitching today.
Indeed, yeah, good luck to the founders. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Moving forward, wanted to pass the mic to Niharika representing TDeFi. Niharika, do you hear us?
Yeah, so hi everybody, and good to be in the session. So I'm an investment analyst at TDeFi, and we have close to 55 portfolio companies, and looking forward to the session and looking forward to hearing the pitches. All the best to everyone pitching today. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yeah, great to have you with us as well. Moving on, I wanted to also give some space to Jundev representing Cobo Ventures for a brief introduction, please.
Hey guys, it's my first time here. So my name is Junta, and today I wear two hats. Firstly, I head up the global revenue teams at Cobo. Cobo is the leading and licensed digital assets custodian from Asia Pacific. We also do have a ventures arm that we invest in anything that has to do with asset custody or wallets or anything that's synergistic to our ecosystem. And the most recent investment we did was in Particle Network, which is a wallet infrastructure company. And I also am an investor at True Global Ventures. It's a slightly later stage fund, but we've invested in companies like Ledger, Animoca, and Sandbox. And today the Opportunity Fund has a focus on generative AI and Web3.
Awesome, Junde. Yeah, good to see you and good to have you with us. Yeah, hope you'll enjoy the session. Awesome. Just maybe the last check on Nathan Gur from Polygon Ventures. Nathan, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thanks for having us. So over at Polygon Ventures, we're the ecosystem fund for the Polygon blockchain. We're a $100 million fund that was broken out from the 450 the blockchain rose as a whole. We're category agnostic, so we invest in everything from DeFi all the way to traditional Web2 gaming as it breaks into Web3 gaming. We are earlier stage, so check size right now is about 100K to 300K for us. And then we provide a lot of BD, technical marketing integrations, a lot of non-financial support for our portcos.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nathan. Yeah, hope you like the startups pitching today and hope you'll find your next portfolio stars. Awesome. So I believe that we can start with the most interesting part of today's, the startup pitches. We have 5 outstanding startups in the line for now. So I wanted to give the mic to Mint Defense, startup team from US with the first pitch. So please unmute yourself and feel free to share the screen and start the presentation.
Okay, 1 second, please. You should be able to see my screen.
Yes, all great to go.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Katz. I am one of the 2 founders and the CEO of Mint Defense. But before I talk about Mint Defense, I want to start by sharing a little bit about the story of Danny. So who is Danny? Danny is a regular person like most of the people that you know. He's very unsatisfied with his life and with his job. He doesn't make enough to sustain his family, and he also deposits all his money into the banks, which give him very little interest rates and also have hidden fees. And just like the story of many of you or many of the people that you know, Danny found out about crypto. So when he found out about crypto, he started investing a little bit of money, and soon after, he started to see some return on his investment. And later on, he ended up investing everything he has on crypto. To his fortune, everything went well for him, and his life was looking much better. So his family was happier, his relationship with his wife was better, and even his friends started to get jealous of him and ask him how he was doing it. But Danny, being a very, very new crypto investor, didn't know about the hidden dangers that are in crypto. Crypto has a lot of good things that we all know about, but also has very, very dark dangers. So one day, Danny was doing his normal activities in crypto, but this time he entered on a website that he didn't know that was malicious. And with just a few clicks, he lost everything in his wallet. So what happened to Danny after this? His life started to go into decline because he had invested everything into crypto. So he lost all his savings. His wife wasn't happy with it at all. And his friends started to mock him. And there was no coming back from it. Now, let's imagine the story if Danny had min defense. So if Danny had min defense, all that would have happened would be that he would have entered the site, he would have tried to transact with it, and min defense would have thrown a pop-up to him telling him that this wasn't safe, and it would have prevented everything. So if Danny had min defense, his story would continue. His happy story of getting off the banks and joining crypto and growing his investments would have continued very, very peacefully. So Danny's story is more common than you think. We did a poll with over 1,000 crypto users, and we found out that 75% of those users fall for a scam at least once, and that the average scam loss is $10,000. Not only this, but there's also very, very experienced users losing money. Like you can see in the middle of the screen, Kevin Rose lost $1 million, and he's an experienced crypto user. So it's not only newbies or non-experienced people. So this is why we built Min Defense. Min Defense detects and blocks 99.9% of scam sites without user intervention. The user doesn't need to do anything. All the user needs to do is install, log in, and the user is protected. Min Defense also covers all EVM chains. We have over 700 satisfied pre-launch customers since July 2022, and we sold over $300,000 in lifetime licenses. Since then, we've been in stealth mode until now. We have a very, very experienced team in a rapidly growing market, and we are set to become the #1 cybersecurity solution for crypto users. So what is our mission? Our mission is to protect the dreams and finances of people like Danny, who joined crypto hoping for a better future, So we are not inviting people just to invest on our journey, but to build a safer and more secure crypto world. Our ask is $3.2 million via post-money saves for a 24 months of runway. Thank you. To learn more, you can email me at alex@mindefense.com, or you can schedule a call with the link or by scanning the QR code. Thank you.
Alex, thank you so much. That was perfect timing and great, clear pitch. Thanks for that. Please, investors, questions, and also please don't hesitate to give your feedback. This is also very useful. Yes, Andrea, go ahead.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for the pitch. Great job. On my end, I'd like to understand a little bit more about your business model. Exactly how does that work, and where are you guys at with in terms of like users currently, and what do you guys project for the next year?
Yeah, for sure. So we are B2C. We are going to charge $99 a year for the license. We did a price test last year. We know that users are willing to pay $200, but for market penetration, we're going for $99 a year. And for the next year, we are expecting to get 10,000 customers. But for the next 2 years, the reason we are raising for 2 years is because we don't know when the next explosion of the market is going to happen. But that's when the same explosion is going to happen for us. When users grow, we will also get more users, and we anticipate to get 50,000 users in 2 years.
And as a follow-up to that, and where do you expect to get these 50,000 users from? What does your marketing and growth strategy look like?
So a little bit of that would be organic. That's the easy answer to say, but we are also going to do a lot of advertising. Since we are B2C, we are free to advertise on Twitter or on crypto networks such as Etherscan. And also a lot of YouTube influencers would also help a lot in bringing the brand, because we'll also have an affiliate program. It's a very simple business model. We're not reinventing the wheel in the business model. We are reinventing the wheel when it comes to protecting users.
Awesome. Andrea, does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Great. Any other questions or comments, please?
Actually, yeah.
Hey, yeah, Alex, I have two questions.
Perfect.
One, how much do you charge the retail users right now? And two, what's your technology like? How do you detect the threats with any particular site?
Okay, so we aren't open to the public. We're opening this month, and we are opening at $99 a year. That's the pricing. And how do we detect scams? I can share with you a little bit. The reason I cannot share is because it's proprietary for two reasons. One reason is the simple one. It's our IP. But the most important reason, it's because if we shared how we do what we do, then scammers would be able to go around us. I would invite you to think, if you know one antivirus that is open source, and you wouldn't think of any of them. But to answer your question, what we do is we layer Web 2 and Web 3 engines. So we analyze the Web 2 side of the website and the Web 3 side of the website. We have several engines on them. Some of them even have AI that allow us to learn to grow MinDefense's engine without our intervention. And obviously, we developed a ton of engines, and between both of them, we're able to produce a result with very, very high accuracy, 99.9% scam detection rate, and below 1% false positive rate.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Ankur, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So one comment is, I love that you started with a story, first of all. First and foremost, it's definitely a breath of fresh air when that happens, makes it much more easier to kind of get involved with the whole storyline. So love that. Question for me is, first of all, what's the valuation at this 3.2 million that you're raising?
We're raising at the 20 million valuation.
20 million. Okay. And then what problems do you kind of expect to see over the next 24 months as you have this runway?
What problems we expect to see? Honestly, I have to be very confident because we built this product, just my co-founder, the CTO, and me. We are slow, we're slow right now because we don't have a team. Once we have a team and we have funding, and we're also able to deploy marketing, I don't see much of a challenge. We don't really have competitors. The competitors, which I can touch on if you want to, they don't do what we do. They think that the problem is that crypto users don't have information, and they are completely wrong about it. So they think that they need to translate the transaction, and that's going to help them. But they don't understand the psychology of crypto users. Crypto users have a lot of greed. That's the base, the first emotion. And then they operate in a rush or distracted. So just 2 weeks ago, I spoke with someone who told me, I just woke up, I was taking my kids to school, and I was stumbling around with my phone, and I lost $50,000. That's everything that happens. We're the only ones that take all the responsibility, do all the work. We are a hands-off approach. The user doesn't need Web3 knowledge or intervention. It works automatically. So I besides the normal challenges of the market, and obviously we'll have to fine-tune our message and find the best way to reach to investors, I think we have a very, very fair price that it will be dumb for them not to pay it, because in crypto world, 99 a year is not that big. And I think we will become the leading cybersecurity solution.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Andrea, please go ahead.
Hey, Alex. So this is more feedback, I would say. I think right now you just touched on something, because I was going to ask you who your competitors are. And I think you touched on something very specific. And you should add this as part of your value add, what differentiates you from what is currently out there, because I didn't see that, I didn't hear that in your current pitch, and I think it's a missed opportunity. If it is so different to what's out there, then you should really be drilling that, not just focus on kind of the storyline, which I think is great, but it's how exactly is it that you guys are adding that additional value, and how is it that you're going above and beyond? I think would be hitting gold, at least for me. And then the other thing that I think I was missing in terms of your pitch and stuff would be a better understanding of what stage the product is at currently. What are some of the milestones that are coming, especially since you're asking for basically 2 years of runway? What is supposed to be coming down the pipeline for both users and investors to kind of take a look at?
Definitely will add both things. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Amazing comments and questions. Thanks for that. Any other questions to Alex? Okay, I believe not for now. So Alex, I'm sure the rest will come in private. So thank you so much for the pitch and opening the session today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Before moving on, I've seen that Taiwo Park, representing Vista Labs, has just joined us. So Taiwo, would be great if you can also introduce Vista Labs and your current focus, please.
Hi, my name is Taiwo Park, and I'm just 44, so not turning on my camera. And I just didn't expect like just introduction about myself. So we are the Vista Labs here, based in Korea, and we are Web3 focused, like venture capital fund. So we are not really only concentrated like domestic deal in Korea, but we are also really open to investing in the global, and especially for its infrastructures and or financials and other DeFi stuff. So like I just joined the call, so I didn't just hear all the presentation of the Mint defense, but I will definitely get to all the decks and the information shared previously. So I'm really happy to just join this call, and I really be excited to just hear more about this call and so forth. Thank you.
Thank you, Taiwo. Yeah, great to have you with us as a part of the session. That's amazing. Thank you. Perfect. So we move on with the founders, and I wanted to pass the mic to Blockchain Ads team coming from Singapore for the next pitch, please.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Vlad. I'm one of the co-founders of Blockchain Ads. I don't have a story, but I'll try to be as entertaining as possible. So the team at Blockchain Ads has been working on a new generation of advertising tech, and Blockchain Ads in its core, it's an advertising platform that is servicing the Web3 space. To kind of give you an idea of our target market, or how big is the target market, the advertising spend in this space, it went from $1 billion to $2.4 billion in spend in these last 2 years. So it's almost doubling every year, even during the down market. So we are currently in MVP, launched in June last year. Until now, Blockchain Ads has generated $900,000 in revenue. The core difference between Blockchain Ads and any other advertising platform, it's in the performance. So based on the almost 200 campaigns that have been run on Blockchain Ads in the last 12 months, analytics and data, it has outperformed any other advertising solution in the space by an order of magnitude, like drastically. And the reason for that, there are two things worth mentioning here. First is Blockchain Ads proprietary data. It's something that we tech that we use, something which we call the Web3 cookie, which is essentially a cookie that is also picking up the wallet address seamlessly, connecting a device ID, phone, laptop, iPad, and a wallet address, creating a profile, and giving very granular targeting. And the second thing is our own distribution network. So we have around 9,000 publishers in the network, websites and apps where all of these ads are being served.
Vlad, I'm really sorry to interrupt. Are you planning to share a deck or not today? I'm just double checking.
If you want me to share a deck, I will, but I just wanted to kind of share a little bit on what we do. And I'm pretty sure you guys have my deck already, because it's mostly data. So I'm just gonna quickly walk you through.
I think it's just if you share this in parallel, that would be more visual. That would be awesome if you can. But if you can't, that's also okay.
If you insist.
I mean, from my side, at least, I think this is more visual, so you can see the data and the numbers while you tell the story. So if it's okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So this is the business model, simple marketplace business model. Blockchain Ads connects advertisers and publishers, companies who want to advertise, and publishers' website and apps who are displaying these ads, having 50% commission on every payment. Some of the notable customers or users of the platform. Let me see if I can get that, guys, for you to see. So we have around 16 advertisers in the moment on the platform. Some of the notable ones, like near Cosmos, we have campaigns for Binance. Recently, we got approached by the team at Disney who want to run Web3 advertising campaigns for their digital collectibles. And there is quite a lot of demand. The team at Binance, they want to run large-scale ad tech campaigns. So for which our current infrastructure is not still ready. So we have decided to build fully automated self-service advertising platform, which will enable us to scale and enable us to onboard increased number of customers. So for that reason, we are raising our first capital raise. We have been bootstrapping until now. So we are raising $1.2 million at $10 million valuation cap using a safe vehicle, and there is a one-to-one option with a token warrant. So in general, this is what we do, and this is where we're going. I'm trying to keep it very short. If you guys have any questions, please.
Awesome. Thank you, Vlad, for sharing. Let's go with Q&A then. Please, any questions from VCs? Okay, maybe a couple of seconds to digest. Yeah, Tavo, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to just catch up the idea still. And like what I understand, like according to the presentation and then like the blockchain is just like a advertising like platform on the online. And what's the like kind of key difference from the like kind of legacy or tradition conventional like Web2 advertising platform to this idea in the Web3 native? So like I don't really get the this platform just catching the blockchain behavior of the customer outside, but like I'm not really be clear about the like how are you going to capture all the data from the which kind of data are you trying to catch up and just to utilize the advertisement, the platform?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Very good question. So the difference between blockchain ads and any other advertising platform, right? It's enable web targeting. That's the key difference. Target people based on their own chain behavior and holders. So how the data is being captured? We have a network of data providers. For example, I'll give you one, a marketplace, let's say Paras Marketplace, who have 1 million visitors a month, where we're picking up around 27 to 30,000 wallet addresses a month. Now, profiles have been created. Everything is being stored and validated on a consensus level using a ZK proof technology. So what it's picked up, it's only the ID. Since that user ID has the wallet address, we index on-chain and profile users or segment based on whatever is the query. For example, we segment users based on if they're holding NFT, ERC-72 tokens, or if they're holding Matic, for example, or if they're interacting with a dApp, which is a specific, let's say, DeFi, and then target those users or audience of users across websites and apps where they spend most of their time. For example, Etherscan, BCScan, CoinGecko, Dextrus, and so on. So target people directly with what is in their interest. So this is the key difference between blockchain ads and any other advertising.
So like the customer have to provide their kind of on-chain like activity data to the platform.
No, blockchain ads is acting as a data management platform. We have around 12 million data sets at this moment. Probably maybe even yours.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm joking.
Thank you, Teva, for the feedback and questions. Any other questions?
Yep. So which publishers do you have right now in your network?
We have more than 9,000 publishers, but let's say some of the high authority ones like Dex
Do all of
tools.
them collect wallet addresses? As it require the user to connect their wallet address?
Those are publishers. This is where the ads are being served. We collect the
I
data.
meant publishers, yes.
Yeah, this is where the ads
Because
are being
I
served.
think, right, that's what I'm asking about. How many, partners do you have for serving ads?
9,000, more than 9,000.
Okay, and do all of those publishers have the requirement for their daily visitors to connect their wallet?
No.
Okay. So if they don't, then how would you be able to identify their wallet address, to connect the wallet address to the cookie?
Correct. So the cookie is being dropped on a different website, on a different data providers. So there's a network of data providers with all of these data sets are being created. And rather than we serve ads to those people, regardless of where the cookie was dropped, but across the whole network. The same way the cookie works. And when you click on something and then you're seeing the ads.
Right, understood.
You go.
And then, sorry, separate question then. How many of such data providers do you have right now?
So we have around 28 data providers, and we have more than 12 million data points.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Welcome.
Awesome. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I think not for now. So Vlad, thank you so much for sharing the story and blockchain ads today with us. Appreciate it. Perfect. So moving on, I wanted to pass the mic to Swip and Flip startup from Brazil. So the team, please feel free to share the screen and start with the presentation.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, all great, all good to go.
Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Vinicius. I'm the COO and co-founder of Swip and Flip. Swip and Flip empowers NFT trading by increasing liquidity and volume of NFT collections. This is our team of founders. We have been in the market since 2017, highlighting our smart contract developer, Rodrigo Ferreira, who is a PhD from Yale. We've been working together since 2020 when we co-founded NIFT-5, a fractionalization protocol for NFTs, being partners of Filecoin, Consensus Mesh, and Tachyon. And since January this year, we have been developing Swip and Flip. The problem we wanted to address was the low liquidity of the NFT market. And we all know that this market is still very primitive, mostly based on order books from traditional marketplaces. And we usually notice a big difference between sell orders and buy orders in those marketplaces, having this huge spread between floor prices and best offers. And another interesting data is regarding the DeFi and the NFT market, because despite DeFi being 53 times bigger than NFT in terms of volume, the NFT market is 64 times more profitable. Now, imagine what is possible to do when you connect these both markets. So just like automated market makers revolutionized DeFi by bootstrapping liquidity out there, we strongly believe that these AMMs can improve the NFT market by increasing liquidity and volume. They can allow people to buy and even sell their NFTs instantly there. People can earn passive income from liquidity provision and much, much more. So what is Swip and Flip? We are this platform with two core technologies. We have this AMM for NFTs using the Uniswap V2 curve and a marketplace aggregator with a unique flipping tool. So this is our AMM for NFTs. We allow people to provide liquidity to NFT collections using the Uniswap V2 curve. And once they provide liquidity, they get the LP tokens as fungible tokens, and people can instantly buy and even sell their NFTs into these liquidity pools. As you can see here, we have a clean UI, a nice experience, a simple experience for the users, just they have in Uniswap, PancakeSwap. And this is our flipping tool. which is a nice way for people to flip NFTs automatically. They can simply sweep the floor price here, set the target profit, and flip all the NFTs together in a single operation. So again, we bring this simple interface, this smooth experience for the users to flip NFTs there. We are currently on beta, getting traction on Polygon. And since July, we had more than 500 users testing our platform, more than 8,000 items being traded, and more than 1,200 swaps, and more than 25 collections impacted by our platform. We have some competitors on Ethereum, but none of them brings the simplicity of our platform. We have a nice UI, simple UX, smooth UX, and bring many benefits for the liquidity providers and this unique flipping tool that no other platform does. We have here a curve where we are at the basis being price formation and at the top being a marketplace aggregator. We charge a fee of at least 0.5% in each swap transaction, and we are studying the possibilities of launching our own token as well. As next steps, we are going to officially launch our platform and bootstrap the first pools, and all with the support of the IBC group, that's our marketing partner. We are deployed on Ethereum, Polygon, and Arbitrum, and we're going to deploy also on Avalanche, BNB Chain, and ZK Sync, because all these networks, they need our technology to bootstrap the NFT ecosystem out there. We are asking $750K for 5%. And our main OKRs for this round is to achieve 10,000 users, $1 million in TVL, 100 active collections, and more than $500,000 in trading volume. We also count on with a team of CTO, head of marketing, community advisor, engineering, product, marketing, and community. So thank you so much for your attention, and feel free to ask that I'm here to answer. Thank you.
Vinicius, thank you so much for the pitch. That was great. Any questions, please, from investors? Okay, a couple of seconds to digest. Yeah, Taivo, go ahead. I think you're unmuted.
Okay. I'm the first again. So I think it's just kind of like extensive version of the buller. So like, what's the point of the buller is like they see NFT as a kind of just tradable asset, not like a just kind of collectible asset. So, and actually it worked, like regardless of like the kind of common sense or agreement of the overall the people, but like setting aside about the kind of NFT marketplace stagnation, but I'm just wondering about the mechanism of the automated market making the NFT market, because like according to my understanding, like to like compose the pool for AMM pool, like you need a kind of large enough volume to just create a pool, because like unless you just deliver that kind of problem, like it's gonna take up like huge price impact in the pool. So how are you going to kind of deal with those kind of price impact in the kind of like price discovery in the regarding the NFT marketplace?
Great question. So we've made some tests on Ethereum, Polygon, and we saw that with 40 to 50 NFTs in each pool, we have a good price impact. People can buy and sell NFTs into these pools without losing so much money. So having this initial liquidity of 50 NFTs and the other part of Ether or Matic or USDC, people can start buying and selling NFTs in this pool with a reasonable price impact. And our technology, we allow the NFT to be wrapped. So inside this pool, they act like fungible tokens. So having these fungible tokens inside this pool, we can have the connection with all the other DeFi aggregators, such as 1inch, 0x. So all their volume can go through our AMM, and we can collect all these fees from these routers, you know? So the routers of 1inch, 0x can go through our AMM to arbitrage in our pools. And that's one of our main differentials here as well.
Okay, and like, how many NFTs do you think gonna be in the pool on average for each project?
Well, it depends. We are willing to initiate the pools with 40 to 50 NFTs, but as soon as people realize that they can earn fees by providing liquidity to our pools, they will be adding more NFTs and more Matic, more Ether into these pools, and price will be formed in our pools. And our intention is to be like this, to have this price formation inside our AMM, because we have floor price NFTs on OpenSea, on Blur, but our expectation is that our floor price here will be lower, and people will be able to buy and sell from our pools and get more fees, and having these arbitrage opportunities here. But our intention for the next 2 years is to have like 500 to 1,000 NFTs at the least in each pool. So the price impact will be much lower for sure.
Because for each project have mostly they have about like thousands of the collections for each project in NFTs. For example, like Base have 10,000, and the others and many of them have kind of less than 3,000. So that's kind of like point I'm concerning about like this, because it's really hard to put the kind of enough number of the NFTs put into the pool, which makes it like, you know, relieve the price impact on the DEX model here. So I think we may have to kind of think about the like, you know, like people really actually gonna just use your platform instead of the order book backs like a Blur or code based in the OpenSea.
Yeah, something that I need to highlight here is that our AMM here is focused on floor NFTs. We want to provide to have these pools mainly focused on floor NFTs, so people can instantly buy and sell NFTs, provide liquidity there, not caring too much about the rarity or the utility of these NFTs. It's a tool that people will use to trade, to earn fees by providing liquidity. So that's not something for you to add your rare NFT there or provide liquidity for something that you don't want to lose. You have here a technology to provide liquidity to floor NFTs, and our expectation is to have thousands of pools with hundreds of NFTs in each one for the next 2 years, 3 years from now. I'm not sure if I was clear enough.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your comments and feedback and questions. Appreciate it. Any other questions from other investors?
Yeah, you know what, maybe just a question on where you see the activity of NFT trading going over the next 6 to 9 months.
6-9 months. We are still in a bear market, and we strongly believe that next year, we're going to start the next cycle of the bull. But this is an incredible opportunity for us to acquire lots of NFTs from multiple collections and start pooling together in our pools because they are cheap now. And once we have lots of blue chip NFTs in our pools, because we have now doodles, for example, for 1.5 ETH, and they were used to be like more than 10 ETH. So we have a huge opportunity here to buy those blue chip NFTs for a cheap price, you know, and pool them together into these liquidity pools and be like one of the main price formation for these main collections on Ethereum, on Polygon, on all the other EVM. And now our plan as well is to deploy on other layers, such as Avalanche, ZK Sync, BNB Chain, to bootstrap the NFT market there, because our technology is ready to go to these layers and we have the potential to acquire more and more users out there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ankur. All right, so Nathan, by the way, do you have any questions to Swip and Flip, since the guys are super active in Polygon, or you're already familiar with the project?
We have seen them, and I'm glad that the BD team is supporting you so well. Just on impermanent loss, and if impermanent loss exists in NFT AMMs similar to fungible token AMMs.
Okay, that's a great question. Yes, they have. Because like I told you, our technology, they wrap the NFT and they make them as fungible tokens in our smart contract. And the liquidity pool will also have impermanent loss, just like they have on fungible tokens. And but when we have more NFTs inside these pools, like I said, 50 NFTs is the ideal start for each one of these pools. But once people start noticing our technology and start seeing that they can earn fees by providing liquidity there, and by swapping, they will also contribute to a better ecosystem. This number will increase for sure, and the price impact, the impermanent loss will also decrease as well. So we are very confident that this technology will be a game changing in the NFT market, just like they did in the DeFi ecosystem.
Sweet, thank you.
Awesome. Vinicius, thank you so much for the presentation. That was great. So appreciate your time. I'm sure the rest will come in private chats.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Amazing. So we have two more great founders to go. So I wanted to pass the mic to DemaTrading, coming from Netherlands, for the next presentation.
Awesome. Thank you. Great to be here. Let me just pull up my screen here. I think it should be working now, right?
Yes, awesome. It's ready to go.
Awesome, great. All right. So when I first wanted to buy crypto, I signed up to an exchange, and I noticed that I could only buy each asset individually, and it was very overwhelming. And I thought to myself, why isn't there a portfolio solution or something like an ETF, like the S&P 500, that automatically invests in the whole market for me? So I'm Damien. I'm from DemaTrading, and we provide businesses with the infrastructure to solve exactly that problem. Small side note, I'm currently on holiday, very far away in the mountains, so my internet is not the best as it should be, so I hope it will be all right. If not, please let me know. So digital asset providers currently miss up to 90% of their revenue every single month. And the reason for that is that many investors buy an asset and hold it instead of trading it. At the same time, exchanges struggle to implement products that increase and stabilize their revenue. And according to Bloomberg, this problem is going to get exponentially worse as as the market is going to keep growing exponentially. Through our managed portfolio solution, we help these digital asset exchanges to realize a higher recurring revenue. We do that by being a portfolio provider that directly integrates on the exchange so that they can offer the end users the digital asset portfolios on the platform directly. And this is what it looks like. So this is an example of one of our customers currently. And as a retailer, this is approximately what you see. You can very easily just select the amount that you want to invest. You can click the buy now button and you're completely done. In the back, we activate our trading engine trained with machine learning to optimize for both liquidity and price execution. We can make data available to generate graphs like this to provide the allocation, and all of the data can be shown to the user directly on the exchange. If we compare these buy and hold versus managed portfolios, one thing that you notice is that the transactional volume is a lot higher, which is very important for these exchanges because the user is not only investing once and generating trading volume once, but the trading volume is recurring because the portfolio keeps rebalancing on a frequent interval. The user is actually better protected because the average user only spreads to a couple of assets, and our portfolio on average has a lot more assets that it invests in. And the average profit for the end user is typically better as well. On a mid to long term, the average ETF always outperforms the single assets within that portfolio. And if we look at what it actually generates, the exchange, the trading volume on average is multiplied by a little over 5x per year. The typical activation or conversion rate is expected to increase as well. And the average deposit is expected to increase as well. So the same user would initially generate $400 in revenue, and would now generate over $4,000 in revenue. We are already up and running. We have a partnership with market factor indexes, and we are also backed by an incubator and investor tendency. And next to that, we have multiple angels on board coming from trading firms, exchanges, banks, and other big tech firms as well. Our current roadmap, we're planning to raise a seed somewhere in the upcoming next months. With that, we want to improve the trading engine that we're building, and we want to develop market neutral portfolios as well, so that we can operate both in a bull and a bear market with consistent portfolios. After that, we want to raise a Series A round, and then we want to deploy the same infrastructure that we're building now as well in the institutional market for asset managers, family offices, but also for ETFs and ETPs as well. And in the next couple of years, we want to become one of the top 3 digital asset managers in the space. So I founded the company with my partner. I have both a technical and a commercial background. He has a technical background, and we have multiple advisors and investors that have done exits and have a lot of different experiences within the market. We are raising a round of $1 million for an approximate of 15 to 20% in equity. We already have 250K committed by our current investor tendency as well as a follow investor. And with that, we want to hire 7 full-timers, develop the trading engine and the portfolios, and really prepare for the next Series A round. So thanks a lot, and I hope to talk soon.
Thank you so much, Damien. That was a great pitch. Okay, let's start with questions.
I can go first. Why not? You mentioned that this is very beneficial for exchanges. So is the long-term play here potentially to be acquired by an exchange, or is it something separate? Have you even thought about that?
Yeah, there's multiple ways to go about it. So it could be potentially be interesting for an exchange, but also, for example, for banks and other asset managers as well, because the main technology that we're developing is also the trading engine, which becomes more interesting the more funds you're going to deploy, especially now that the crypto market is not that big yet. As a big investor in the industry, you can't just throw all big orders on the market. And having a trading engine that is developed that really efficiently spreads all the orders and the funds for you is basically interesting for every big investor. So there's multiple ways to go about it.
What would be the biggest hurdle for you for that to happen, for a bank or an exchange to want to acquire you?
So I can imagine that it could be interesting or potentially conflicting in terms of competitors as well, right? Because if you're operating multiple exchanges with a trading engine, it might be a bit of a weird scenario if one exchange buys you while you're still running software for the other exchanges. That's something that we have in mind. But yeah, that's basically the biggest one.
Yeah. And last question for me then is, what stops an exchange from creating a service similar to yours on their own?
So nothing necessarily. However, we just have more economy of scale. As we have more customers and we focus on just developing the trading engine, we can just spend more resources on the same problem. It's the same, I see it the same way that other exchanges are, for example, also using tools like Discord or Slack, for example, and not building their own chat tool, because it just makes more sense to use a company for that is basically professionalized in developing one solution for you. You will also see that for small to mid-size exchanges, it's very hard in terms of resources, especially in this market, but typically even in a bull market as well. So they really have to focus on the exchange and scaling the exchange up. And they typically don't have enough resources to really focus on this issue.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ankur. Any other questions?
I just have a question for this one too. So, like I see that like using this platform and the like demo like trading platform, like I can just invest in the multiple cryptos just with only one click, right?
Yep.
So it's like kind of ETFs, and I'm just wondering about, do you have other like more strategies other than just index, like a top 50 cryptos? It can be just other like maybe like DeFi crypto, the strategy, or
yeah. So basically, we don't have any hard strategies in-house. So all the strategies that we're running are currently on customer request. So we sit down with them and we look at what their needs are. So typically we will at least launch something like a top X crypto, right? So a top 10, top 30, something like that. But if the exchange knows that the DeFi coins are more popular on their platform, we would also do a DeFi portfolio, for example. This is also something that you, no, it's not on this one. So this is also something that I have in our white paper as well. If I can send it to you if you're interested. But for one of our clients, we have a big data and AI portfolio as well. We also have a concept for a Metaverse portfolio, and we can basically do everything. It's all customized. We just really are a software and infrastructure provider in that sense, and not necessarily a strategy provider at this point.
So for me, it seems like a kind of passive investment in the legacy finance, like a ETF, like investing in the like S&P 500 or like Nasdaq, for example.
Exactly.
Like I just came up with some idea that because like it maybe just can be developed to the other forms that like just providing like multiple or really diversified strategies for the customers. So the legacy finance is called the PMA, the professionally managed account. So in that platform, they just invite all the other like portfolio managers from the kind of like famous asset managers or other investment vehicles. So, and the other forms is like they just like provide kind of social trading platforms. So like it doesn't have to be a like professionals, but like, you know, there are a lot of like good traders in the market, and like and there's a demands for just like trying to copy their strategy. So if we could just platforms also just provide some kind of mirroring strategy, like portfolio, and just ranking system. So it just like, what about like just like people to follow the top ranker trading strategy? So in that sense, like it may be just more kind of like suitable for like Web3 space culture and like just better to just like attract more people on board the platform?
Yeah, I definitely have an opinion there. So I personally have a bit of a problem with social trading for a couple of reasons. So what we want to do with our solution is really focus on making crypto more safe to invest in and to really help adoption to the next level. Where if you have a platform where you're offering probably tens, maybe even hundreds of different strategies, your customers are still going to be overwhelmed, need to spend like a lot of time researching. If, for example, I look at my own mother, she is interested to invest a bit in crypto, but she's not actually able to go through tens or hundreds of different strategies and going to analyze what she wants to invest in. And for a lot of people, that's just not going to happen. So for a more experienced investor, something like social trading is typically nice and sometimes even preferred. But a lot of people, they just want to open an account, go through KYC, make a deposit, click a couple of buttons and be done with it. And I think over the next couple of years, if we really want to push crypto to a next level of adoption in the retail market, we need to make it a lot easier and safer for people.
So at this moment, like you may just look for some like ETF-like vehicle for cryptos at this moment. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so the way that basically the fundamental principle of what we do is exactly the same as an ETF. Just the way of how we integrate it on the exchange is a bit different because so whenever a customer invests into the portfolio, they will see the amount that they invested, but on the back, they actually own all the underlying assets of that spot market directly on the exchange, which is typically not what happens with an ETF.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Because I have one coming from YouTube. So if no questions or comments in the pipeline, then I'll just throw the one coming from the audience regarding the competitors landscape. Damian, if you can just elaborate on this, that would be great.
Yeah, so we actually have like a couple of different kind of competitors. So one is actually referring back to a question that we had earlier, which is especially big exchanges. They might have the resources to develop this themselves at this point. And we definitely need to grow to a higher level to be able to outcompete the bigger exchanges on their own products. So if we're a couple of steps further in terms of development, it probably doesn't make a good business case for a big exchange to develop it themselves, but currently that's still a viable option for them. Another one is white label exchanges. So they could potentially develop the solution for their clients as well. But at the same time, this is also something that we are working on. So currently we're setting up partnerships with white label exchanges to offer our solution as an add-on. But it's kind of a partnership / competitor a possibility, go both ways. And lastly, in terms of competitors, you have different investment platforms. So you still have, for example, the social trading platforms as well, and people can only invest their money once. So it also becomes a question of where are they going to invest the money.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Damon. Yeah, I also always love the slogan, collaborate, not compete. So yeah, I love your approach. That's great.
Exactly. Thank you.
Perfect, Damian. Thank you so much for the presentation. Looking forward to your private chat so you can share more with investors. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. And we are moving on, passing the mic to the last but not least, the team from 8XR coming from UK, also for the presentation.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hi,
Glad to
Mark.
see you. Yeah. So let me share my screen and start. So yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Mark. I'm one of two co-founders of 8XR. And today I want to talk with you about games, especially in blockchain area. So what is 8XR? 8XR basically is the best and most powerful tool to build your game right now. Yes, you're right, just a video game with focus on a blockchain gaming. And this is actually was a really long journey to build this type of tool. And I just want to tell you the whole story, how we come to this. So we are the company, like we are two co-founders, and since 2015, we were working on fintech RegTech solution. And this fintech solution, at some moments, it was shipped to Barclays, BlackRock, BNY Mellon, and Revolut, to huge financial institutions. And at some point of time, it was like 1 million users what we hold in this solution. And this solution was acquired in this year. And 2 years ago, like in the middle of pandemic, we started to ask ourselves, do we really want to keep growing this huge giant, what actually was focused more on RegTech and fintech, like, or maybe we have some more exciting ideas. And we decided to move into the gaming because it looks like it's really surprising and it's growing opportunities. And we realized it's two big problems right now in the market in terms of Web3 gaming. And two problems. The first one is very technically hard to build a Web3 game in terms of, first of all, like the game devs who know how to do the games, they don't literally usually deep into Web3, and the one who knows how Web3 works is not usually know how to build the games. So it's a huge gap. And the second problem is no channel to launch these Web3 games. So long story short, we build the amazing product to build the games, and this is most important thing. This studio works directly in a web browser. So to build your game, you don't need to download something, install something, or have a really deep learning. So you just click the button, buy the template of the game, and build it just directly in your web browser. This is really cool. And on top of that, we have like node-based visual scripting tool. So if you don't know how to code, you can build a very complex scenarios out of the blocks. This is amazing. And I really personally enjoy that. And you can buy some templates of the games and sell these templates, obviously. And we even have some AI-powered tool to build the content, because to have like 3D models, it's usually challenging and people usually do this manually. But right now we have AI and we can do that not manually. And in terms of competitors, we have a lot of them, but most of them are very old. And they don't have like Web3 integration out of the box. And most important, they don't have multiplayer. This is really, really important too, because usually game developers, they focused on the visual side and how a game works, how game design works, and they don't even want to deal with, with the servers and the loading, all the stuff. And with us, we have this out of the box. So you just draw your scene, launch your game, and you will have the multiplayer. You can see the players inside. So, and we built our first game on the top of this engine. It was called like Shard Quest. It cost us like 2 weeks in development because, again, it's very simple to build the games. It works on mobile devices and it has multiplayer. And we was super excited to launch this game. And you know that we found another problem, like we build a game, but players can't find it because there's like no channels to distribute this game. So this is a huge problem right now for Web3 games, because if you build the games, where you can publish it. Most of the publishing tools like App Store and Play Store, they don't allow you to publish play-to-earn games. So here it comes to the Telegram, and the Telegram right now is like email for Web3 users, and Telegram has 800 million of active users. It has native chain and has no gaming platform, guys. This is a huge opportunity. And we started building our distribution channel and ship our games into the Telegram channel. So in July, we hit 100,000 game sessions. And literally today, we hit 5,000 of monthly active users in our games. We have more than 7,000 of subscribers for our games. So we grow really fast, and we see huge attention to the games, and people really love to play the games and compete with the other players in the Telegram. We have great partners as TonPlay, First Stage Labs, TonGamify Group, and TonStarter, who helps us to provide our feedback to the Telegram team to build a better gaming experiences and grow us also. We also will be announced metaverse called Atlas in the next months. Please stay tuned because it will be present the NFT projects very well known on the Ton chain. It's Ton Punks, Get Games, Ton Starters. You can check the teaser video. Our business model is very simple. It's a 5-cut on advertising and microtransactions inside. And yes, so our goal is to be #1 Web3 game launch platform in the world. And yeah, I think like it's really, really achievable for now. And to do that, we need to gather 1.73 million with pre-money valuation 9.8 million. And this is our KPIs right now. And what the KPIs what we're aiming to be in 2 years. So yeah, I think that's all. Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer all of your questions.
Awesome, Mark. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing this with us. Let's go with questions, please. Okay. As always, some seconds to digest.
I'll go again. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Yeah. So look, everything seems based around the Ton chain here. Is the long-term goal to be omni-chain, or is it just to stay with Ton chain?
No, so we support a lot of chains, and even now we have support for Ethereum and Polygon. And soon I believe we will support Binance chain. So we're like chain agnostic, I would say.
Okay. And in terms of Web2 developers coming over to Web3, is the no-code solution appealing to them? What's most appealing for Web2 developers to come over?
I think like the most appealing is to have your game when you can build your game out of the template, so you don't need to, build your game from the scratch. So they can come and build it really, really fast, or like bought the template of the game. And node-based solution is also really great because they can change any behavior without know how to code.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Hey, Mark. I have a question. As far as I know, Tomboy also building tools for a Web2 developer to launch game on Ton chain, and I'm just want to ask like how it is different from your solution.
So like, yeah, we are partners with them actually, because we use them as like layer between the players and us. And our solution more focused on to build the games and distribute these games, and this solution focused more on like on financial side of this, like to distribute the tokens and all this stuff.
Okay, I see. So you're using their technique, like their on-chain part. As a part of your service.
Sorry, can you repeat, because I think I
missed. Do you mean that you are using their solution as a part of your service?
Yes, we have a plans to use their solution, so we're in middle of integration right now. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to share revenue with them, or they just offer that for free?
Sorry, can you repeat one more time?
Yeah, are you going to share revenue with them, or?
I think we will split the revenue between both of us.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam. Any other questions or comments, maybe? Okay. Taivo, all good on your side?
If you say so. Okay. Actually, because we are the Vista Labs are the kind of official partner with the Tom Foundation, so we are actively talking to Tom Play, FS Labs, and all other sorts of all the partners the 8XR. So I mean, I'm really grateful just like hearing about all the challenges and the trials about the like Tron ecosystem. I'm really happy to hear that. And I really believe that like those platforms and the Telegram can be a good channel to distribute all the Web3 games on board, because like officially like App Store and the Google Play is now allowing all the Web3 game onboarding on their platform, and there are all the legal just coming on. So Telegram is a pretty good alternative to starting with. So I think that is pretty good approach. So like there's one question that like what about the other chains like Ethereum and Binance? But I don't really have any like legit like channels they have for the gaming. So I hope like this kind of platform can be a kind of like Steam like service platform, or like Google Play for the game, for the Web3 game. So I think we have some potential to grow up. So like I would just want to have a kind of more chat on the later time.
Awesome. Indeed, I mean, from my side, yeah, fully agree with your comments. So yeah, it's exciting to see how the Ton ecosystem develops, and also indeed within the Web3 gaming space for sure. So yeah, thank you for that. Mark, I think there are no other questions for now. So I'm sure as always, the rest can come during the private chat. So appreciate your pitch today. Thank you for joining. Amazing. So I think that we are done for today. So I hope you enjoyed the pitches, and yeah, great job, founders. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, investors for joining, everyone who watched us in the live stream, appreciate your time as well. So as always, investors, we will share all the details about the startups, and yeah, proceed connecting you directly in case there is interest for private chats. So yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending where you are. And yeah, wishing you all the best, and stay tuned for the next sessions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take
Awesome.
care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.